Hi, this is Mrs. Harris, and welcome to Answers to our Math Questions of the Day. We're talking about fractions and number lines. And I'd like to just give a big thank you to everybody who participated in the survey and continuing with our question of the day. We have a lot of fun doing it, and I'm glad you are enjoying it and engaged too. So let's go. Use the number line below to answer this question. What fraction does each mark represent? So here's a fraction hint. A fraction of a whole is an equal portion. So how many equal portions are between 0 and 1? It might help when you're counting this to draw blocks in each gap between the 0 and 1 so that you're counting equal portions. So since there are 4 equal parts between 0 and 1, each mark represents 1/4. So, and going back to this, the answer is 4. How many equal portions are between 0 and 1? 4. Okay. Now let's use the number line below to answer the question, what fraction is represented by the red dot? We divided this number line into fourths. Now let's label each mark. This is 1/4, and this is the end of this shape. 2/4, end of that shape. 3/4, and look, that's where the red dot is. And this is 4/4, which is 1, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. So since the red dot is on the third mark, the answer is 3/4. Okay, this question stumped many of our students. What's another way using fractions to write 1? And again, that's using this number line. I saw all kind of answers not using this number line, so we're just using this number line. Since this number line is divided into fourths, we're going to count 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, right there at the red dot that we just worked, 4/4. So using this number line, 1 is the same as 4/4. And remember, if you have one whole, you have the whole thing. If somebody says, I can't believe I ate that whole pizza, they ate 8 out of 8 slices. If somebody said, I just ate a whole bag of Skittles, they ate 35 out of 35 pieces. It's the whole thing. Okay, other fractions can represent 1, like 8/8, 12/12, or 6/6, but because, again, our number line is divided into fourths, there can only be one answer, and that is 4/4. It's the same as 1. What is another way using fractions to write 3? And again, we're only talking about with this number line. Okay, this is how I want you to think of it. Since 1 equals 4/4, 2, you would double that. And that would be 8/4 because 2 is double 1. So what's double of 4/4? 8/4. Now we're going to triple 4/4, and I believe it would be 12/4. So, but let's count and check. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. That's what we've done. 5, 6, 7, 8/4. 9, 10, 11, 12/4. And that is the only answer you can have, is 12/4. Again, using this number line alone. So we want to thank you all for participating and working our fraction math problems. We all really appreciate your participation and engagement in this. And here's our big announcement. The winners are, and we had 2 classes that tied, Mrs. Holzenbach's and Mrs. Mark's math classes. So we want to give you both a big round of applause. Look at that, 20.2% of your math class participated in this assignment. See how these are equal portions? Oh, we give y'all a big round of applause. Look how close Mrs. Childress' class was. 15% for Mrs. Carver, 15.7. Mrs. Carver and Mrs. Weaver were both tied with 15.7%. And I hate to say it, but mine and Mrs. Grubb's class came in last place. Oh my goodness, you guys. Well, I want everybody to participate next week and fill out the survey, answer the questions, and it'll make you just even more skilled at doing math fractions. So our trophy goes to Mrs. Marks and Mrs. Holsombeck's math classes. Congratulations to everybody who participated in those classes. And you are invited to recess with me, Mrs. Harris, on Monday. Check your OLS for your invitation. So recess will be Wednesday, March 23rd at 9 o'clock. Come play. We're going to have a great time. So thank you, everybody, for listening to this recording. Thank you for participating. And we look forward to seeing you for next week's math question of the day. Have a great rest of your school day, guys. Bye-bye.